Welcome to this edition of the iBEARS Coffee Hour. Today our theme is going to be 21st century skills. Now, 21st century skills is one of the current names for that set of skills that people have always recognized as important. They used to be referred to as soft skills, sometimes professional skills, but they were those skills that aren't really specific to the domain or the content, but just the people skills and the management skills and the thinking skills that people need to be successful in any career. And there are several overlapping lists of 21st century skills. They started to get new attention as people realized that our economy was much more global and that technology was advancing very quickly, and those kinds of changes and forces that were acting on us made these 21st century skills even more important than they had been in the past. So several people have studied them and labeled them and came up with lists, and then other people started to look at all of the different conceptions of 21st century skills that were being published and kind of categorize them. So in iBEARS, we've been using the classification developed by Binkley et al. 2012, and they grouped the 21st century skills into 4 categories: ways of thinking, ways of working, tools for working, and living in the world. So ways of thinking includes creativity, innovation, critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, being a lifelong learner, because with technology changing so quickly, you need to keep learning after school ends, after formal schooling ends. So learning to learn, metacognition, monitoring your learning and performance, and so that you know if you need to learn more or if you need to change something. So ways of working includes communication, and that can be oral communication, written communication, face-to-face communication, online communication, all the different kinds of communication that we have to do these days, and collaboration and teamwork. Tools for working includes information literacy, so knowing where to find information and knowing where to find good information, knowing how to evaluate whether the information you have is any good, and also the more technology-oriented information and communication technology literacy, just knowing how to use the tools. And that can mean knowing how to enter a text or an Instagram post or whatever, but it can also mean etiquette. It can mean knowing when to mute your microphone on a video conference, those kinds of things. And then living in the world, which includes citizenship, both local and global, life and career management and planning, and personal and social responsibility, including showing up for work on time, but also including things like cultural awareness, getting along with a variety of different kinds of people. In the iBEARS program, we support the development of these categories of 21st century skills in the university students who are engaged with the program. So for ways of thinking, when university students are charged with mentoring younger students on a project, they are put in a situation where they have to plan ahead, they have to make decisions, they have to anticipate and try to head off problems. And then when problems arise anyway, they need to address them. They need to assess how well the project is going and make adjustments as needed. Are these kids understanding me, or is my language too technical? So those kinds of thinking skills are needed in order for the university students to lead a successful project with these kids. Ways of working, the university students must communicate clearly with the middle grade students, with the sponsoring classroom teacher, and with each other. And so they collaborate with each other and with the classroom teacher to make the project happen. And they facilitate collaboration between the middle grade students because the kids have to work together to make their project work as well. Tools for working are used in this project because the work is conducted through synchronous video meetings. So the university students need to practice their online meeting etiquette to facilitate good communication, and they need to deal with that technology-mediated communication. And finally, living in the world. Both the university teams and the middle grade classrooms represent diversity on many levels. It can be the standard things we think of immediately when we hear the term diversity: race, ethnicity, culture, language, but other things as well, background, interests. Not every middle school kid is interested in STEM, but they're going to be part of this project too. So they need to be brought into the project. So university students are challenged to facilitate a productive and collegial work process with all of the different kinds of diversity that they have. So that is how we see the iBEARS process as supporting the development of 21st century skills among university students.